Okay, and yeah, I think we're live now, so that's all good. Hey guys! Hey, how are you guys doing? I'm back. So I've been trying to do this live streaming thing a little bit more now that we're in quarantine. So how have you been spending the last couple of days? Well, today I had to get some of my supplements and everything. So I had to run over to the supplement store, get some of my protein powder and a few other things that I was kind of low on. And of course, I've been working on museum stuff. We're doing a virtual sewing circle this weekend. We experimented with it a little bit. And this, like a couple days ago, actually no, it was like maybe a week ago we experimented with it, or a couple weeks ago, something like that. I don't know, the days are all, I don't know about you, but the days are all starting to kind of run together here. But we're doing a virtual sewing circle. We experimented with it a little bit. And so yeah, we're gonna give it a go, and hopefully we'll be able to do more of those because we aren't able to gather together and do any of that. Also, I've been working on new music and trying to get some of that done and get the new apartment organized, and because it's still not quite to my liking, like the organization goes, but it's getting there. But I've just been trying to get everything cleaned and organized and to where I can really sit down and do my music and other work. So yeah, so if anyone, how are you guys doing? See, we have a few people in here, yay. Yeah, so, and also I've been, just kind of, the early music group, we've all been getting, just trying to keep things going with what we're doing, even though we're very live show oriented, which makes things a little bit difficult, but we're trying to experiment a little bit with things online too. So hopefully we'll be able to kind of get things going there, where I've been researching a few things in the way of virtual tavern nights. So I don't know, who knows, maybe we'll get something together there. But I wanted to actually show you a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, a little bit of what I do musically as well, and do a few even musical demonstrations. And as I get more songs together and more songs composed, do some online streamings of some of those, give you a little, just a little taste of what's to come. And one musical instrument that I am going to, actually the first one that I'm going to demonstrate for you in these, I don't know, maybe I'll make it a little series, I don't know, we'll see how things pan out. But what the first instrument that I am going to demonstrate for you tonight is the Irish Bodhran, which is an Irish drum. I play it when I perform with the musical group Wayward Companions, and I'll leave a link to the group in the description below. But I do play it in the when I perform with the musical group. I'm their vocalist and their percussionist. I play a couple of different percussion instruments, but this one is my favorite. So, and it's usually a very big hit at shows. All right, and I'll even be playing some of it in some of my newer music too, my stuff that's separate from Wayward Companions. But a little history on it, and if anybody else knows like an even broader history on the Bodhran, please definitely chime in. And so basically, the Bodhran, it's an old drum. It's said to be an old drum, very ancient, however, a young instrument, meaning that it has existed for centuries, particularly in Ireland. Nobody really knows the exact origins of the drum. However, there are some that do theorize that it originated in Africa or Asia, and by way of Spain, eventually made it over, hey Kylie, made it over to Ireland. All right, and so that's one theory on how this instrument came to be in the Celtic Isles, and it's used very frequently today in Celtic music. And however, it wasn't used originally in music. It was, as I said, it's an old instrument. It's a young instrument, but an old drum. And it is said to actually originally have been used in war. Like when they were marching into war, they'd be playing the drums as they were marching. However, in about the mid 20th century, it started to actually be used in folk music groups. And, you know, various folk music groups of the 60s and 70s started to incorporate it into their musical acts and into their songwriting. And then, you know, from that point, it started to gain more popularity as a musical instrument. Before then, I don't think it was that common outside of Ireland specifically, as far as, however, you know, like I said, I'm a student of history, I'm always learning, so I may come up with some new information next time and, you know, and kind of be like, actually, no, this is what I found out. But that's the great thing about studying history, especially music history. So, how to play this thing. All right, I had great fun learning how to play this thing. In fact, I kind of, like I said, when you know, I do play a couple of different percussion instruments, and you know, ever since my childhood, I've you know, dabbled in several different types of musical instruments, thanks to my musician grandparents. However, my main musical instrument, if you will, is vocals. You know, that's my main thing. That's my main thing that I do. And then I would say next is keyboards, and then percussions, and I am learning guitar. I have, you know, I've just, right now, my guitar, it's mainly used just for songwriting. I'm not really ready to go live with it just yet. So maybe someday I will, but right now it's just used more as a songwriting tool. But basically how you play it. Now you can play this either sitting down or standing, okay? A lot of people, they do feel like more secure with it sitting down. Some people are able to do it standing. I've played it both ways, but I will say that that it's a little bit more of a workout, if you will, playing it standing, from my experience. However, sometimes, you know, but I do like, you know, I've danced around with it while playing, which is a lot of fun. You know, and it, like I said, it will give you a good workout. But you can play it either standing or sitting, and this is how you want to be holding it though. You want to have your palm flat against the back here, all right? And then what you do is you take the stick, and the technique for playing the Bodhran, it's an up and down, kind of like a flick movement of the wrist. So you just, and you don't really even have to like really wrap it. It's just, once you get this down, okay, that's probably the first technique you should get down. It's just really getting that flick of the wrist, okay? And then once you start, sorry, that's the air unit, it kicks on every so often. So, and then once you start to get the hang of that, what you do then, and then you can start getting a little bit fancier. You want to stick to the lower third of the drum. You don't really want to go too far up the drum. However, if you want to change the tone, the overall tone or the notes that you're playing, the way you do that is by just moving your hand around as you play. So basically, as I move my hand, you can kind of hear that the overall sound of the drum changes. So, and you can play it as fast as you want. It took me a little while before I was able to really play it that fast. But really, I mean, with any instrument, all it takes, I mean, it takes is practice, and some people pick it up sooner than others. So yeah, so what kind of instruments do you play for, you know, those of you that are here, and even those of you that might join us afterward, after this is done? Yeah, if you just want to comment with any musical instruments that you play, yeah, I'd be definitely happy to see what you play. Thank you. Thanks. Glad you think it sounds awesome. You know, I'm always looking to improve, always looking to learn more. And yes, so yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that little musical demonstration, and I really hope to bring you more. I do have some museum work that I have to do, plus I'm going to do a little bit more songwriting tonight, and like I said, hopefully I'll be able to live stream with a little demonstration of some of the newer music. So yes, have a good night, everyone. And yeah, I will see you next time in the next live stream. So I hope to do another one next week. So maybe I'll catch you then. All right. Have a good evening and catch you next time.